Thanks, Kaylee. Welcome to your shipper update. I'm Mike Vincent. He's Anthony Smith, our lead economist. And what do we got today, my friend?
So, Mike, we got to talk about one thing that's really moving the economy. It's kind of going to be a bit about what we just heard from Kaylee Nix and Angel Cox. It's going to be around consumer spending, personal consumption expenditures for specifically durable goods. In the blue line and in the green line, we have our very own van outbound tender volume index. And so we're looking at a comparison. Of course, the blue line is going to be a monthly index, a monthly update, while our green line is going to be a day-to-day or daily updated index.
So to be clear, the blue is the personal consumption expenditures, durable goods. The green is the van volume.
Correct. And so
not
we're doing that comparison.
Not rejections, it's the volume.
The volume.
Gotcha.
And so when we're looking at it, we're looking at specifically the personal consumption expenditures for durable goods or consumer spending for durable goods. We're seeing that it was essentially a slight decline, but overall it was flat. So last month's overall spending for consumer spendings was 0%, but this report was a little bit stronger than that might kind of read at general basis. So the previous month is going to be a little bit of a backtrack. The previous month was upward revised to 0.9%. So that flat movement has a little bit more weight to it. So that 0% movement is essentially, again, a 9% month-to-month movement from last report.
We've seen a good increase through since the winter, right?
Exactly. We've seen good increase. And really, when we're looking at overall consumer spending, we're past pre-pandemic levels. And so that's a good sign. And that's going to be a good sign for, of course, that ever important GDP number that comes out every quarter. But when we're looking at GDP, we always want to take out those goods, services, and look at it independently because, of course, that's what's going to move the economy. And that's what we have here, the personal consumption of durable goods. And we see there was a slight downward movement. Nothing to be too concerned about. A little edge down. I think this is going to be one of the things that we kind of expected, some downward movement for durable goods as more people allocate more funds to spending.
Is that common in summer? Durable goods to kind of come down a little bit?
It
seems
common.
Like it would be a seasonal thing to me.
It's definitely common, especially when people kind of start to travel a bit more. Exactly. And so, but the other thing that we were seeing, savings rate is still abnormally high or very high, is somewhere around that 12.4% rate. So Americans are still flush with plenty of cash from those stimulus checks. But that just kind of leads to how impressive that 0% gain or flat line is. There was no additional stimulus put into the economy. And so these consumers are still buying as if there were. And so I know that's not an upward movement, but it's still an impressive movement despite the lack of stimulus.
Maintaining the high level.
Maintain that high level. And to be back above pre-pandemic levels when we haven't quite reached those employment levels that need to be had yet, that we would like to see on the unemployment level, that we would like to see on jobless claims. So consumers are spending despite lack of additional stimulus, and we're seeing more and more states repeal those federally backed initial jobless claims bonus benefits.
So this, to be clear, this is different than what we talk about the consumer spending from the e-commerce and kind of soft goods, I guess it's called. The durable goods are like 5-year life.
Yeah, shelf life of 3 year or more.
3 year or
and
more.
So, of course,
washing machines,
appliances, refrigerators, electronics,
that type of stuff.
Exactly. Clothes not going to be included in this one.
Clothes aren't going to be good.
Get that out of here.
Unless they're Levi's, those last forever.
Those last forever. Are you a Levi sponsor?
No,
what are you doing here?
I'm not.
But Levi's are good, and when we're looking at it, we definitely have to look at what's going on that consumer side, on those durable goods side, and that's one of those things that shippers are going to kind of have the trouble with, is keeping up with the consumer demand, not just on durable goods, but as you mentioned, non-durable goods as well. Things that might have a shelf life of 3 years or under, definitely going to be a problem to kind of give those consumers what they need.
Yeah, I think that FreightWaves swag is considered durable goods because it will be in style for much longer than 3 years. Go
fashion
to the store
forward.
Check. Oh yeah, fashion forward for sure. Thank you so much, Anthony. We'll catch up again later in the show.